This episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast is brought to you in part by Xero. Xero is a powerful cloud accounting software that improves efficiencies across your practice. With all client data stored on a single unified ledger, you and your clients can easily access and collaborate on the same set of books. Xero's advisor tools and automation solutions reduce time-consuming manual tasks and put data entry on autopilot. Work faster and more efficiently than ever before with Xero. Visit xero.com/accounting insiders to learn more. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast. My name is Gary DeHart. I am the host of the Accounting Insiders podcast and the publisher managing partner of Insightful Accountant. And today is February the 25th when we are recording this. And the only reason I'm putting that date out there is so that you know, if you listen to this, if you're listening to it in, I don't know, April, something may have changed between February and April. So anything we say, talk about currently is current. So if you come back and listen to it in April, it may not be current. So always do a little checking, digging around just to make sure nothing has changed. So my guest today is Christi Richards. Christi, I did not get in your title. What is your title?
I'm actually the event manager, and
Okay.
I handle student fulfillment at Universal Accounting Center.
Okay, so event manager, student fulfillment director, we'll call it, new title. So you said Universal Accounting, and then there's also GrowCon, which is really what we're going to focus most of our time on today. But before we dive into that, tell us just a little bit about your background. How'd you get into doing what you do?
So back in the day, a while back, I used to own my own event management company.
Okay.
And things evolved and changed over the years, and I ended up helping somebody else manage their office for a little while. And then I had some personal connections with the president of Universal Accounting Center, and 2.5 years ago, he had announced that they were looking for an event manager, and it just happened to be perfect timing for me. So I have been working there for 2.5 years now, managing their yearly conference, GrowCon, and handling their higher level program, their business mastery program, which has some retreats and some different things throughout the year. So,
okay. So in your earlier iteration of being independent, was that were you focused in any particular niche, or were you just working with people who were um, launching events or hosting events?
I dabbled in lots of different kinds of events, but my
Okay.
niche was I did pretty consistently 3-day transformational events for a
Okay.
couple of local companies that were doing those at the time.
Gotcha. Okay. Great. And so you mentioned Universal Accounting and you mentioned GrowCon. So give us just a little bit of history on those two, and then we'll dive into the specifics on GrowCon.
So Universal Accounting is an accounting school. We're a post-secondary school, and we have dozens and dozens of courses, but we help certify people in bookkeeping, accounting, and tax. We've got an EA program to help people prepare for the EA exam, and we do advisory as well, CFO advisory trainings. So Universal Accounting has been around since 1979. They
Okay.
started out doing in-person trainings when in 79, we all went to school in person,
Right.
right? And over the years, things evolved, and now we're an online only school. But we have thousands of students. Our alumni is almost 17,000 strong and growing every day. And so, yeah, Universal Accounting is a very great place to add on to certifications. We've got lots of bookkeepers that have been in the business for a long time who either train their other people through us, or they decide they want to take on a new space in tax or advisory. And so they come to our courses and do that. Or tax people might want to start taking on bookkeeping or
Okay.
just getting a tax certification. So Universal Accounting does things like that. And it's a tremendous school. And then GrowCon has been around, so not as long as Universal Accounting, but we have been running events similar to GrowCon for the last 10 years.
Oh, okay.
There was a little sabbatical in there that I won't get into for a couple of years, but I have run the last 2 GrowCons, and we have the next GrowCon coming up May 5, 6, and 7. And it is an event that is designed for the owners. We're unique in that we don't attract or look for just any bookkeepers or any tax people. We attract the owners of the bookkeeping, accounting, and tax firms, because our goal as a school is to help people get their programs and figure out what they want to do with their businesses and then help them grow that. So I'm the post-enrollment director. That's actually the official title of the non-GrowCon side of things. So the post-enrollment director, my team helps people get from when they finish their courses to really expanding their businesses. And that's what GrowCon is designed for.
Okay. And that's a once a year event, right?
It is. It is currently always held the first of May, first part of May after tax season.
Yeah.
And yes, it is an annual event.
Any other events that take place throughout the year, or that's the focus?
Our only other events that we do are for our business mastery program. And that the business mastery program is a year-long program for people who really want to take their businesses to the next level. They're focusing in on coaching and planning. And so that's our higher level group of people. And they go from June to May. And we do have some events planned around the business mastery program. But as far as larger conferences and meetings go, this is our one time a year thing.
Gotcha. Now, do I have to be an alumni of Universal Accounting? Do I have to have taken courses through you in order to be able to go to this event?
No, this is for anyone who is in the space. So I say anyone, again, we focus on the owners because we want to help you grow your firms, or people who are looking to become owners. So maybe they've been a bookkeeper with a firm for a really long time, and maybe they're taking our course so that they can branch out, or maybe they just want to branch out. They're not taking any courses. They do not have to be a student to come. In fact, we have a gala that we do on the first night, and we do give a lot of Universal specific awards out, but we give industry awards out as well. So even our people that are coming to the event that are not Universal related in any way still have an opportunity even to be recognized at our gala.
Okay, fantastic. All right, and again, that's May the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So I'm just going through my checklist here because I'm actually doing similar podcasts with multiple events across the space, just to kind of, it's part of what we do, right? If we're talking about what's going on in the profession. And you guys, what's your, I don't know, think this isn't on my list, but I'm going to add it anyway. And I don't think it's an unfair question, but aren't there like 200 to 300 attendees? Isn't that kind of your target number?
Yep, we're targeting for 200 attendees this year, and that to some people may seem a smaller event, but I think that one of the big reasons that we do kind of stay smaller is, I shouldn't say stay smaller, we're growing all the time, but that we are smaller is because we're focused on the owners.
Yeah, well, and also I think there's a lot to be said for a smaller, more intimate event anyway. I mean, there's probably deeper networking can take place there. I would imagine there's going to a show with 1,000 people, while there's huge benefits for that. I imagine it can certainly be overwhelming too, and very hard to get networked in. At your event, do you guys do anything specific to encourage and kind of embolden networking?
Yes, we have different little activities that we do that allow the attendees to network. We do have meals too. We on Monday, so a 3-day event on Monday and Tuesday. Well, Monday's a breakfast and a dinner, and there's time to network during those. Tuesday, I say breakfast and a dinner, a lunch and a dinner. Tuesday is lunch, and for the VIPs, they get another event, another dinner, and then Wednesday is another lunch. So there's activities that promote the networking. There's an app that promotes the networking, and there's the meals. So the networking is one of the most valuable. Like at my first event, I was really pushing when I was, selling the event. I was really pushing how top notch our speakers were, and that they needed to come and hear these experts from all over the country. While we do that, we vet for months. We vet our speakers to make sure that we've got the right combination and the right people in the room. And that's such a huge part of the event. I didn't realize how powerful the networking was going to be.
Right.
And after that event, now that's one of the biggest things I promote is, oh my gosh, you have to come, because the collaborations that happen, the people you meet, the new partnerships that are formed, it's just really insane how important the networking aspect is.
Right. Well, that's great. So let's jump over to the educational tracks and touch on some of those speakers and what they're going to be talking about. Do you have specific tracks that are laid out, or are they more like, this is kind of our grouping of business development? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we're a main stage only event, meaning we don't have breakout sessions.
Okay.
So people don't sign up for specific tracks, but we do have themes throughout the event or
Okay.
categories of that we have our speakers speak about. And so there's a little sprinkling on each day of each of these categories, but we focus on a book called In the Black in a lot of our teachings. The founder of our company wrote that book, and it is we base our event, the structure of our event around it. So the first category is marketing, and we talk about all aspects of marketing for people to build their businesses. And our speakers this year in the marketing category are Mike Milan, John Lakefish, James Donovan, and Reza Huda, who are all experts in their own right. Reza happens to be flying in from UK to speak for us, so that's huge, and we're so excited to have him. The second category is accounting, where we talk about, the services and products you're going to be offering in your firm, in your practice. And we've got some powerhouses coming to speak on that. We've got Geni Whitehouse, Dr. Jackie Meyer, and Deborah Kilsheimer, who are all speaking on accounting and or advisory. The third category is production, where we really talk about tech stacks and organizing your business so that it can grow. All the different things on the back end of the business so that the business is successful and productive.
Yep.
The speakers that we have on that category this year are Nicole McMillan, Rami Alagil, and Brittany Malador. And then the last category that's so important for business owners is headspace, keeping your head in the game, overcoming, obstacles, all the things. And we've got Dawn Brolin coming in. She's a powerhouse in the industry. We're so excited to have her. We've got Dr. Patience Rose speaking with us, and Michelle Mitchell. So we're super excited about our lineup of speakers. We also have 9, 10, 11 panelists that are coming. We have 3 panels that will be going on: an AI panel, an AI panel, a marketing panel, and a production panel. So
Okay.
lots of amazing content.
A lot of moving parts. And so we're about, what are we, 3 months out? Well, not even three now, right? You're two and a half
67
months
days.
and
Not that
12
anyone's
hours.
counting.
So your days will get very hectic. Are they already hectic, or is it kind of 6 weeks out when it really hits crunch
Oh
time?
no. There's, like you said, so many moving parts and pieces. We're
Yeah,
we're at full steam right now
right.
until May.
Okay. So tax season, so you get to kind of feel the pain during tax season, but just for a different reason.
Correct.
Um, we've talked about come out and fly there and this and that, but we have yet to say the location. Where is it
Oh,
actually going to be?
so we're 45 minutes south of Salt Lake City, Utah. We're in
Okay.
in a city called Provo, Utah.
Yep.
Um, it is at a convention center called the Utah Valley Convention Center, and our hotel where we have our room block, our discounted roommates, is right across the street. It's the Provo Marriott.
Okay. So funny that my only knowledge of Provo is from Fletch. Did you ever watch that show, Fletch?
Yes.
And when he talks about Provo, that's
He
That's
does, and it's so far off. It's not funny.
that's my only exposure to Provo, and I can't remember. It was like Ned and Edna from Provo or something.
Well, Provo's claim to fame is that's where BYU is. So,
Oh, I did not know that. How about that?
yes,
Okay.
that's where BYU is located. So, if anyone are football or basketball fans for BYU,
Right.
that's where you would be coming. In
There you
fact,
go.
one of our activities, there's a big Y because BYU's logo is a big white Y.
Yep.
There's a big Y up on the mountain
Okay.
for BYU, and we're hiking to that as part of our one of our VIP activities. So,
Okay. So bring your hiking boots.
yep.
Any fly fishing going on?
No, but we are going to a big popular fly fishing river to have a
Oh,
picnic and see a waterfall as again part of the VIP experience.
right. Okay. Great. All right. Sponsors. I know you have sponsors. Um, what does that look like? Am I going into like this big hall with, 98 sponsors? I know, well, I shouldn't say it that way. I know it's a more intimate event. What give us just a lay of that land, what that looks like.
Yeah, so we definitely do have a vendor hall, and it's much more of an intimate event. So last year, I think we had 14 vendors. This year, we're gearing up for maybe 20. Um, and so it is small and intimate.
Mhm.
And we have a fun activity where we give out passports. And when you go visit every single vendor and get a stamp on the passport, then at the end of the show, all of those vendors bring in a expensive door prizes that are given away on the last day. But some of the most powerful things that happen at the conference are the connections that you make with the vendors. You're certainly not going to be able to use them all. In fact, you might not need any of them, but most
Mhm.
people that are there connect with at least one vendor that really helps take their business to the next level. It's a service they didn't know they needed until they got there, or it's a service they came looking for. But we're very, very particular about who gets to exhibit at our show and that they are a good fit. We want it to be a great experience for the attendee, and we want it to be a great experience for the vendor.
Right.
So we do have vendors and plenty of time in those 3 days. We give long, extra long lunches and breaks, 2 breaks throughout the day. So you have plenty of time to visit the people that you want to go visit and
Yeah.
get more information about to help you with your tech stacks, to help you with outsourcing or any of those types of things.
Yeah. And in full disclosure, just around that, it's probably important for me to mention that we are sponsoring, exhibiting, and a part. I say a part of this event, not in an ownership perspective or anything like that, but I've been in the space for a very long time and was not aware of this event, which is kind of surprising because again, I've been in it for a long time. And when it kind of popped up and I guess we met Roger last year, never got really connected with him and got connected back with him a couple of months ago. And it just seemed like a really good fit for us for what we do. And our intention is to have like a photo booth, like a headshot booth there. So if you're listening and you go to the show, come by and see us, and we'll give you a somewhat professional, and I call it a somewhat professional headshot because it's my son. He has a very nice camera, but he's the one doing it. So he's not a professional. So we're going to call it somewhat professional headshots. They turned out, we did it last year at Scaling New Heights, and they actually turned out pretty good.
And people
So,
love it. It's a
yeah,
fun thing that if we're excited that you're offering that at our conference.
yeah, because you do look at some people's headshots that they have on their LinkedIn or whatever, and you're like, yeah, that's about 25 years ago. I'm to update.
Or it's one of these with your phone, right? Their
Right,
headshots actually, and their face is distorted.
right, exactly. So, all right, so we talked about speakers, we talked about location, we talked about the date. Uh, these are accounting professionals that we're talking about, so they're going to want to know about money. What is this going to cost me to come to this event?
So the regular price for the event, and we are at regular, all of our early bird pricing is long over. The
Yep.
regular price for the event is $997. But as part of our partnership with Insightful
Yep.
Accountant, we are offering your peeps, your podcast people, your clients a $250 discount. So you can get your ticket for $747. And all you have to do, we're going to provide the link where you can go and register, but all you have to do is provide the discount code IA for Insightful Accountant, IA25, and you'll get that $250 off. And that 250 will apply. So IA 25 for a standard ticket and IA VIP 25 for a VIP ticket. The VIP tickets are $1,497, discounted down to
Whatever 25% off of
$250
that
off
is.
of that. I'm not
Or
doing the
250
math
off.
fast enough.
Okay. So it's 250 off. It's not a percentage, it's a flat number.
Right, right.
Okay.
And VIP, the VIP people come in 2 days early. So the regular event is May 5, 6, and 7. The VIPs come in 2 days early, hang out with the Universal crew. We take you around to local attractions. We eat together. We play together for 2 days before the conference starts. And then on Tuesday night of the conference, the VIPs also get a special casino night where you get to come and play and win some prizes. And you also get special front seating at the event.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Again, I'm glad that we connected because, again, I was not as aware of this event as I should be. Yeah, and so what's the website? Where do people find this event?
The website is universalaccounting.com. And then there's a tab right at the top that says GrowCon. So you click on that.
Okay.
It'll allow you to put in the discount codes as you register. It'll give you all the information about the conference. And if you have any questions, there's a phone number right on that website. So universalaccounting.com, click on the GrowCon tab.
Great. And that'll be in the show notes. We'll have both those discount codes in the show notes, as well as that URL. I'm just going to the website right now and I see it there. It's right under what is that symbol? Is that TikTok? I think it's a TikTok symbol. There we go. It takes you there. What else have we not talked about? Talked about location. We talked about date. We talked about your speakers.
I
Talked about
think
what
we've
you
covered a
do.
lot of it.
Yep.
I think that, I mean, 747 is a great price for a 3-day conference. The people that come year after year have great, great, great connections, and they collaborate all year long. So I encourage you, if you have the time in May to break away and come, I promise that you will find value in it, that you will go away with some super powerful, actionable items to grow your business to the next level. And you'll be so glad you came. Utah, if you've never been to Utah, Utah is beautiful. If you've never been to Utah, you should do VIP so you get to explore a little bit of it when you come.
I was just about to say, and I bet in May it's probably pretty nice in Utah.
Usually, it is possible that we could have snow,
Right.
but it's been an extremely, extremely mild winter. We're 47% of snowfall
Oh,
right
wow.
now. So I wouldn't guess that one of our VIP activities last year was up at one of the ski resorts. It wasn't skiing, but we were going to do a tram ride. And we were actually, it was 2 years ago, because last year we were in Florida. We had to switch gears at the last minute because of avalanche danger.
Oh,
So
really? Oops.
there's always, but it was still beautiful enough that we were only wearing jackets at the VIP. So
Right.
it is a beautiful time to come. And Utah's amazing. So come hang
Yeah.
out with us.
Sounds great. All right. Well, Christy, thank you so much. We will get this posted. We'll let you know when it goes live. And then we look forward to being a part of it.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for your time.